Well, it was time to play it in yesterday, and it did not disappoint. Now, Wagner versus Howard, two 16 seeds, which I do like this part because originally it would just be boring to watch a 16 seed play a 1 seed, but watch two teams that are kind of in the same ballpark go head to head and grind it out. Now we're talking for Tuesday night action. Well, Wagner versus Howard came down to the final play. I'll call it play, but it was an extended play. Wagner just needed to stop Howard from hitting a three-pointer, and they tried and tried and tried. And you want to know how long Damian Lillard's been in the league? These kids look up to him. Even one of the kids who won starts pointing to his wristwatch and starts yelling out, "Dame time."
I saw that and I was
awesome.
like, "What is that? Is he trying to
I
take Dame's thing?"
don't know if it's taking it or just like a tip of the cap to the greatness.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not in the same ballpark as Dame, but hey, you only live once, kids. And also, on top of that, Colorado State humiliates Virginia. Virginia, I once won an entire bracket taking Virginia to win it all. They're out in the first round. And don't forget, brackets need to be done by 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll talk more about it in an hour. There's your sports.
Thank you very much. Don't forget, in 1 hour, we also have tickets to Breaking Benjamin and Stained. Make sure you're listening for that. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew. Happy Wednesday. Well, if you're a fan of Subway, and I like Subway from time to time. I used to eat it all the time when I was growing up, and there was a time I was eating it every day for like 6 months or something like that.
Is it
Yeah,
still
you gotta
eating
ride.
fresh if you eat it every day?
Hey, it's fresh.
It's depending
Well,
on what you put on it. Like if you're covering it in mayo and whatever, probably not.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I was doing.
The freshness goes down a bit.
But yeah, I mean, Jared, before he was found out to be a creep, he ate like a 6-inch.
Yeah, but he also walked to Subway every day.
They forgot to tell us that part. You know,
But how
well,
far?
he did walk 8 miles a day. To
Was
get,
it 8
No,
miles?
I think it was a while.
have
It wasn't
no
just
idea.
like down the block, but
Right,
it
like
was,
you got to
if
do
I had it-
exercise too,
yeah.
right?
If I had Jared's mileage in my head, I would hate myself. But I think he walked a considerable amount of distance.
Right. Okay. So, well, if you eat those every day, I suppose it's if you
not
don't if you don't coat it in mayonnaise and other fattening things, I can't imagine it being terrible.
it's not the worst thing you can put in your body, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of other things that I put in my body.
You
I
kind of go
shouldn't.
in waves, and you had a Subway wave for sure. You
Oh,
liked
yeah.
your grub
Yeah,
wave.
no,
What
I
was
s-
your go-to?
Mine's weird to the point where a lot of the people at Subway will go, "What's going on with you, dude?" So it would just be turkey,
Yeah.
cheese. It used to be mayonnaise and mustard. Now it was just a little bit of mayonnaise
Okay.
and just coat it in jalapeno peppers.
Oh,
Like as soon as you feel like there's a lot, just put a little
just
bit more.
put more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Do they ever feel
love
like they're robbing you? You know, like because you
Yeah.
have to pay full
Sometimes
price.
the people would charge me for a 6-inch because I'd only
They're
get
like, you didn't get anything because
I
you get
don't-
half meat.
I'd get half meat that you'd put on I'd put the same meat that you put on a 6-inch, you'd put on a 12 for me because
Oh.
I didn't like the big thick chunks
Have
of
you
meat.
upped your meat? Or are you
Interesting.
still at that single layer?
Same there.
Still
Same.
keeping
Whenever I
it
go to
there.
Subway, I literally get the exact same thing that I got 20 years
What
ago.
kind of
Lay it
cheese we
flat.
talking?
American.
The white.
Oh my God.
No, wait, hold on. What's the white cheese?
It's
It's like
the white American.
white
or is it-
American?
White American, yeah.
which is just sounds bad. to even yell
Okay,
out.
that the
Love the white
jalapenos. Be like, okay, sir, we get it.
Down, sir.
That's
It's a
how I scream it
sandwich.
too. And I salute usually when I do it. And they're very,
I like turkey
very
and
weirded out by it.
jalapenos and white American.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then I start doing the Pledge of Allegiance and then
of
people
course,
leave.
you have to.
I'm asked to leave.
It wasn't even the jalapenos or the less meat that got me, but the American cheese really just like
Is that what crossed the line?
it's too much.
Anyway, at Subway, they're apparently going, after 20 years, going to dump Coke and start selling Pepsi. Might be an unpopular opinion for some people, but not a Pepsi fan.
I'm not either, and honestly,
I was always Team Coke.
yeah, it's just the classic. But and my mind goes immediately to because I don't. That's how much I don't like Pepsi. Is that it must have been less money. You know what I mean? They must be getting a deal or something. Maybe Coke raised their prices or something. I'm like, there's no other reason somebody would switch to Pepsi
Yeah.
on such a large scale unless they were getting a deal.
Yeah, but some people might, some people they live and breathe by that Coke.
I
They
mean-
gotta have themselves a Coke or a Diet Coke. And so maybe they won't go to Subway because of this now. I don't know.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how it affects that line. But lunchy people are lunchy people. Eventually, they're
Yeah.
like, all you got's this.
Oh,
Fill
or-
up my tub.
Fine, I'll get
Yeah,
my
right.
Subway there, and then there's a McDonald's right next door. And
Good
I'll
thing
Sure.
I have a 2-liter in my truck.
Yeah.
or a big gulp from 7-Eleven.
Glunk, glunk.
By the
They'll
way,
find a
is
way.
Big Gulp like one of those big ones? Isn't that basically a 2-liter?
It is so big. It's just a guaranteed
No.
carbonation.
Dude, like the
loss.
big ones? That's a 2-liter.
I feel like they went so
You
big
think?
at one
I mean,
point.
they're so. I mean, dude, they're
Because
they're
they
like
went-
oil
it
drums.
was big gulp, then it was double gulp, and well, there's super gulp. And
There's
then it was
not a
like,
super gulp.
There's a super gulp.
What is a super
Or
gulp?
it's
at
the
least
super duper.
Oh my God.
now,
Big
now
one.
I can't confirm that it's there today, but in the super size me times
Yeah.
of give me a bucket, give
Yeah.
me a jug,
Hold
it
on.
was
I'll find out.
definitely.
Does 7-Eleven still have the super gulp? It doesn't tell me. Usually,
Oh my god.
It's just a big gulp.
No, big gulp is like the stand. That's like
Oh, so it's a
24
super
ounces or-
super gulp, big gulp.
I
okay.
think they
Super
have.
gulp isn't that huge.
I think they.
It's a medium-sized one. They get
Oh.
bigger. The bigger
Yeah,
ones
it
are-
goes up to girth gulp. I think.
It's good gulp
girth
gulp.
gulp.
Girth gulp is how big it
The
gets.
fact that there's a double gulp
Yeah,
is
Anyway.
ridiculous.
There's
concerning
your,
to me.
Subway's considered fast food, right?
Yes.
there's
no,
your
I don't care
fast
how
food
they
update.
spin it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, I mean, it is fast.
it takes
Ish.
like 3 minutes to get a sandwich made.
Yeah, but at
depending on
least
who you
it's-
get. Sometimes you get a slow Joe or whatever.
But brilliant of them
Slow
to
Joe.
market the freshness because there is fresh veggies there.
Until you get your big gulp of Pepsi.
Glunk.
One-eyed Sean, we got on our Subway topic. What's going on this morning, dude? Calling from Salem.
Well, hey, on the Subway thing, you guys went to Subway to Big Gulp, but that was quite the transition.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a soda talk.
Well, thanks.
Hey, do you know
But,
if they still
so
have
the
do,
reason-
do
Thanks
they
for the
still have the
feedback.
girth gulps or whatever? What's it go up to?
The mega.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm not a 7-Eleven guy, so
How dare
I
you.
couldn't tell
His head
you.
wasn't pointed in that direction.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
No.
You know.
When he drives to work, that's his away eye.
Yeah, exactly. He misses.
exactly. No, the reason I was calling, because being that I use my good eye, all the idiots that are out there, yeah, I understand we're on daylight savings time and all that now.
Daylight saving time.
Yeah,
This isn't a mattress store.
savings time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right. But holy crap. People, when it's foggy outside, it's already dark in the morning when we get up this early, but turn your flipping headlights on.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap.
I was behind someone
I saw-
yesterday with their headlights off all the way to work.
It's like, come on, it's dark. Can you not see that?
Yeah, it's like people think that their headlights are on because all their dash lights are on in
Right.
their car or whatever, or they have the automatic, headlight turn on feature in their car, and well, my headlights are automatic. I don't need to turn them on. They just come on all by themselves. And it's like, oh my God, are people that ignorant today?
And it's
Guess
early in the
so.
morning.
Sorry.
People's
I-
brains aren't working.
We can't
so.
see these people with their lights off. Sean's got one eye going, ah! Oh my
Crazy.
God.
So maybe just do like a double check if you're in the car right now. Are your
Yeah.
headlights off?
Yeah, and then they
Give
turn
it a
them on,
flick.
and they're the LEDs, and they blind that one eye he's
Yeah,
got.
exactly. Exactly. Hit him with the brights.
All right, well,
See,
no, you're right. People need to make sure that they're driving safely. Make sure your lights are on on your way to work when it's dark out.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Don't get a
One-Eyed Sean.
double gulp. Take it easy, bro.
Yeah.
sounds like a plan.
All right,
You guys
buddy.
have an awesome day.
You too, my friend. Happy Wednesday. Coming up in about an hour, tickets to go see Breaking Benjamin and Stains and Daughtry. We will play the what is it?
The battle
horn. The
horn.
battle horn to win.
Yeah.
Battle horn.
And we're gonna need regular vehicles today at 7. Online at 1059thebrew.com. This video is going viral. There was someone who posted a TikTok video because they were upset that they were given green donuts without consent.
Oh, well, you can't just be giving people green donuts without asking permission. I mean, come on now.
A little looser at the St. Patrick's Day holiday, I would think. Like, you're not going to be super mad if they did it to you.
This TikToker drove through the Krispy Kreme donut shop in her hometown. I'm not sure where that was at, but she was just a little upset about it, about the green donuts.
That's true.
Yeah.
When you say pretty much, that means I'm not giving you other ones.
Right.
Like, it pretty much means no, you do have normal ones back there.
You don't have any regular?
Regular.
I think
donuts
we should
back there?
change it to regular.
Dude, I don't even know how to say the real word anymore.
Yeah,
it's
it's
regular.
broken. I'll never say it right again.
I'll take a regular cheeseburger.
Regular.
Why
I
they
am a
scream
little-
when they're supposed to be regular?
I am a little confused. Did they dye the donut like the dough?
Well,
They didn't
it's
just put
the-
some
I thought it
frosting
was
on top like
the
normal
frosting.
people?
It could be, it could be the frosting. I mean, you could easily a couple of drips and you could turn the color of the dough green.
Yeah, that's true.
It would bother me a little bit. I got to be honest. I don't want to eat a green donut.
What? Why not?
I would think it's kind of like, what is that, mold? What is that?
It's festive, is what it is.
If it was-
Don't be playing with my food.
If it was like October or something, and it's in another part of the year where I'm worried about the bread, might think it's mold.
Yeah.
That video's online if you want to check it out at 1059thebrew.com. Also, there's a couple of trailers online. The first trailer it's a Star Wars spinoff called the Accolade?
The acolyte.
Acolyte.
Do we
All
need
right.
Do we need this?
I
Is
don't
the
know. I don't even know what it's
question.
about.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my
The
God.
thumbnail's got Chewie, or maybe it's another Chewie-like alien. I don't know what he is. But
You know that Court is in his kitchen right now listening to this.
He's
and
like,
he's
"How
of course we need it.
dare
Laura."
you?"
well, I don't know. This show is getting. I just saw a couple of TikToks from people the other last few days.
Oh,
and
is it not good?
yeah, they're I'm not saying it's not good because I don't think it's out yet. But it's not. People are saying negative things about it
Well,
already.
because I feel like the past couple haven't been great.
They've been terrible.
I feel like it's the same thing as the MCU. It's like they just keep pumping out content and it's not good.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Yeah, they need to tone it down. I don't know, rein it in or something.
They're
But
like, sorry, these brands are huge. We can't hear you.
I admit
Yeah.
that I haven't even seen the trailer yet, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'm just saying what I saw on the internet. Go check it out at 1059thebrew.com. I am excited for this, though. It's the first trailer for Conan O'Brien's Must Go series on HBO, or I guess it's just Max now. But it's kind of like a travel show. It's kind of like he had a show called Conan Without Borders,
Yep.
Yeah.
where you just go and visit different countries, and they're hilarious, and they're informative, and they're touching at the same time.
Does he eat or what does he do?
Yeah, I think he eats a little bit. It's mostly just a travel show and him being an ass and making an ass of himself.
Disrespecting other people's
Yeah.
cultures and whatnot.
Oh,
But in
hanging
like
out in their culture.
A very he embraces it.
Okay,
He's
good.
not all. He's not going Borat.
No,
Oh, good.
Wrecking crew.
yeah,
Glad to
Conan's
hear.
classy. He's really good. But that trailer is great. I cannot wait for that show. Anything Conan does, I'm in.
Sign you up.
Sign me up. I'd say this. I've said this for years. I'd go gay canoeing with Conan O'Brien. Just me and him in a canoe, just talking about stuff.
You've hugged the man once. You had your chance. You could have whispered anything you wanted in that man's ear.
That's true.
Gay canoeing.
He's sorry, sir. I thought you said gay canoeing.
Like, no, I would never.
1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. At 7:30, we got your tickets to Breaking Benjamin, Stained, and Daughtry. Listen to win. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. So, how did I put a Portland Trailblazers life in danger yesterday?
I don't know.
I really want to know.
It happened. I had an appearance. Beef and I were at the Xfinity store on Sandy Boulevard, kind of near that. The
Sandy Jug.
The Sandy Jug. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should do a bacon and beer at the Sandy Jug.
Oh.
So what is it
think it
now?
would fit.
Is it a tavern or a bar? Or
I think it's a bar. I think they have an outdoor area. So if we did it in the summertime, maybe we could do something at the Sandy Jug.
Yeah,
That'd be
We'll
fun.
have to get the people on that, but that's not a bad idea. But I went to this appearance yesterday, and they had a Portland Trailblazer out there, and his name is I keep forgetting
Rayon Rupert.
Rayon Rupert, and he's a really nice dude. I didn't really talk to him too much, but he seemed nice. A lot of these guys just they just got off practice. They're tired,
Right.
and just everyone's looking at them. It's awkward for them, so they just kind of get in there and get out.
Sure.
Yeah, it's gotta suck when you can't hide.
But the dude's extremely tall. What'd you say what's his wingspan
His
again?
wingspan was 7'3".
Oh damn.
So like most of us, our wingspan is just how tall we are, but he is
Right.
6'6" and change and 7'3" wingspan.
Jeez. Yeah, and you could tell, I'm 5'10", I think, and
that's
I was still
considerable.
looking up at him,
Yeah.
But afterwards, I get the picture taken with him, me and Beef, which you can see now at our Instagram page at 1059 The Brew, or Tanner, Drew, and Laura. But afterwards, I went to, he puts his hand out to shake my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to them trying to shake my hand. It's usually us trying to shake,
Right.
or fist bump or something. But I put my hand out to shake his hand. But at first, I went and did this on my nose.
Oh, you swiped
Because
the
my nose is really runny. We were
You
outside.
came right off the nose to the hand.
And I realized that I did it. So I went, and I reached out to shake his hand. And as soon as I was about to touch his fingers, I stopped.
Oh my God.
And I went, wait, I can't. I just touched my nose. And he was going to do it. He saw me do it. He just didn't think about it either.
Yeah.
And I pulled back real quick.
Was it because I feel like just wiping your nose, touching your nose in a casual
It was a
way
considerable-
is less than.
It was a considerable, Dirty Sanchez
It was enough where you
swipe.
were self-conscious
You know what I'm saying?
about touching
Yeah.
somebody's hand.
So, because he's
Yeah.
from a different culture, he's French. So I wonder what his thoughts were there, and when you pulled your hand away at first.
Maybe he's used to
Oh
that.
my God.
Maybe
yeah,
I don't know.
And how did you
So,
address that after?
I was
the fact?
super awkward about it. I went, I just wiped my nose. I don't want to get you sick because I can only imagine if I got him sick and then I get the rest of the Blazers sick. I don't need it. I don't need that.
You've got the death snot.
Yeah.
But you're not sick.
I'm not sick, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a post-COVID thought.
I immediately
Laura.
just thought if I get the Blazers sick, the whole town's gonna hate us.
For me, I feel like the
specifically.
perception would be the thing that now it's awkward because I know he just saw me touch my nose and I'm
Yeah.
putting my hand out and I don't want him to
And
think
then
that
I-
I'm disgusting.
And then I made it awkward because we're in the middle of the room. Everyone's watching.
Yeah.
And I went, I'm sorry. And then I just tried to give him the knuckles.
Yeah.
He
You're
gave
trying
me-
to explain your way back to
Yeah.
standard.
I go, let me just give you the fist bump. And he kind of awkwardly did that. And I hear someone in the background go,
because
it's just an awkward moment.
Yeah.
he was probably when he came, he's 19 years old. He's from France. And when you're in France,
And he hasn't been on the
they
team
are
that long, right?
completely different than we are. So
Yeah.
for you to even fist bump is probably oh yeah, okay, we fist bump. He
And how
probably
long has he been on the squad?
Well, he's only 19, so he can't be more than just this year.
I thought it was he was been on it for a year or something like that.
Well,
but-
I mean, yeah, because you got to be an adult, so it can't be more than that.
So it was a pretty awkward moment for me.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sure it was fine. That you're probably just overthinking.
But I just remember I was so awkward that I just went, I'm gonna go outside.
Yo, you walked out.
I just
and
walked out
then
of the
you
store.
just left. Bro's probably like, "What is up with
Was
that
the beef
guy?"
standing right there? I mean, he
Yeah,
didn't help bail
yeah.
you out?
No, he just let me drown.
It's like you burn in a Comcast.
Yeah, he
That's
likes to do that.
typical.
There'll be times where he'll save me if I'm just
Just need a something. That
he'll throw me a line, but most of the
That
time
was
he'll
a
just
bro
let me
moment.
drown.
he's like, yeah, that guy's gonna go take a walk.
So at
When
what
got a
po-
big goal.
At what point during the appearance was this? Were you about to leave,
It
or
was
did you have time to?
It was like 20
Is it
minutes
early?
in.
Oh, so he's got some
okay.
time to go.
Yeah.
But you didn't. I mean, could you have made up for it later? Like, did you go back and talk to him and
No,
try to make it?
I didn't. I just
less
left it alone.
was it.
awkward? No.
Beef Waters just
okay,
walked in.
okay.
You just let me sit
Good
there.
morning.
You just let me drown as I embarrassed myself in front of
Look, to be fair, I didn't even see it.
Ryan.
I didn't even see
Rayon.
Rayon.
I didn't even see your third grade maneuver.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Hi, Rayon. I'm Tanner. Want to shake my hand?
Just like a 4-year-old kid. Just snot all
Look
over
what
my
I can do.
face.
Hey, the guy's young, man. He's not far off from snot in his own nose, you know. So
That's
maybe
true.
he shucked it
Yeah,
off.
right. He's still young, so that like he's
It's not. I mean, when
Yeah.
you're college age, you're still into growth.
he's
Growth,
probably
you
all
handle
yeah,
it.
his hands are covered in
Yeah.
boogers
I
too.
bet you he Febrezed his shirt before he got there.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
He's got $1 million
Undeniably, yeah.
and he Febrezes it.
But it's got to be, what did we find out yesterday? That they can only really do appearances during the week because they're-
After practice.
After
yeah.
practice, they get done about 3:30. I guess practice is in Tualatin somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And after
guess-
that, they're free.
I guess that makes sense. You know, you're like, sorry, coach, I can't be there. I'm heading out to Nike. They'd be like, no, you're not, because it's still a job.
Yeah.
You're gonna give you're gonna give me $1 million. I would guess I'm on their time.
And it
Still
sounds
need
like
that side
that's
money?
every day too. It's
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I'm sure their requests are very frequent.
I just
sure,
assumed that it was like 3 or 4 days a week. I didn't realize it was like an everyday thing.
practice?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well, I mean,
especially with
'cause
the way
you
they've been
got 3
playing.
games. And, yeah, let's do 2-a-days, daily doubles till we figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's,
at basketball of all sports next to baseball. I mean, they've got the most active schedules. Like basically, you're just done for the season when you start. Like you make no plans.
Right.
You're either on the
Right.
road or practicing,
yeah.
or working out.
A lot of hotel time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, coming up in a few minutes, we are going to play Battle Horn for your chance at breaking Benjamin and Stain ticket. It's 105.9 The Brew, Tanner, Drew, and Laura. So, in the last segment, I was talking about meeting the Portland Trailblazer Rayon Rupert
Yeah,
yesterday.
Yes.
It looks like Rupert, but you say it Rupert, like Stephen Colbert.
Exactly.
It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
More dignified.
But yesterday when I went to shake his hand, I was just, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just wiped my nose with my fingers. And then I reached out to shake his hand, and I thought, like, literally right before we touched tips, right before we touched our fingertips together, I realized I can't get this guy sick. He's
You don't want to.
He's a Blazer.
You don't want a snotty tip. I mean, that's never a
Right.
good look.
And so I stopped myself, and we just fist bumped instead. But
Not awkward
That's
at
just
all.
called a booger bump.
oh, dude, it was so awkward.
Tanner pulled his hand.
Oh, sorry, what beef?
I
Sorry.
said you pulled your hand back like you touched a hot stove. Like you went out there and you jerked it back.
Did you also say psych?
I was like,
I
what did he
should have.
do?
I'm not touching your hand, bro.
I felt bad. Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I was thinking that probably would have been a better idea if you would have killed the whole team off and brought in a high school team. Maybe the Blazers would win then.
That's cold.
That is cold. Are you saying because they're playing terribly this year? Is that why you're saying that?
They're always horrible.
Oh, not
Oh,
always.
come on. You don't get to do that. You get a couple bad seasons and you drop an always bomb. You sound like my wife when she's angry.
They're not professional athletes when they play like that. You gotta try a little bit.
Wow.
If your whole day you practice shooting a basketball, you should be able to hit the basket more than they do. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. All right. He's fired up this morning, that guy. Thanks for the call, dude.
Right after that rant, he airballed one in his driveway.
Yeah.
Drew's got sports coming up next. What do you have?
Your bracket is due in the morning. Don't be lazy. We'll tell you what the breakdown is.
That's after Godsmack at 7:27 on The Brew.
Well, the clock is ticking on the NCAA tournament because even though the first 4 is already underway, you only have until tomorrow morning when the bracket will lock. You know, it's not like the good old days where you could slip it into your buddy late. The app.
Sorry, what?
Excuse me?
And it's just that way. It's actually a borderline sexual activity to put in your bracket. And that's the way it is. At the end of the clicker, you're not going to get in. It's just done. You can't, there's no live betting. There's no after the fact. You got to get it where you can. There's one here at work. I still haven't filled it out. I still have no idea who I'm picking.
I'm filling mine out as we speak, and I've got to say, Drew, it's looking pretty good. I think this is the winning bracket
you've
this
got
year.
it.
Yep.
Well, Court did his in about 6 seconds. He's in the company one. We'll see how that goes. Now, I don't know who's going to win. I know who isn't, and that is Virginia, knocked out yesterday by Colorado State in a 10 versus 10 play-in game, and also Wagner holds off Howard. They're both into the main tournament now, as that field is just 2 games away from being completely set up. So get it done. We don't have to worry about it. There's your sports.
Thank you much. All right, coming up next, we got tickets to see Breaking Benjamin, Stained, and Daughtry. They're going to be at the Moda Center October 9th. You could be there too, but we'll have to do Tanner, Drew, and Laura's Battle Horn this morning.
Oh, boy.
We need people in regular vehicles. You have to be in your car. Regular vehicles.
Regular vehicles.
I want regular.
Regular vehicles today. And you have to be in your car and willing to hit your horn.
Yes.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. We are looking for callers 10 and 11 right now. All right, 866-445-1059. Breaking Benjamin and Stain tickets on the line. We'll do that after Sabbath. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Yeah. Happy Wednesday. Gonna go see Ghostbusters after, what is it? No, Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom this weekend.
Frozen Kingdom.
Is there another one?
Yeah, and they I guess all the OG Ghostbusters in the last Ghostbusters, I think it was Ghostbusters Afterlife. They were only in the final scene, And this looks like they're in the whole thing.
Which is cool because, that's what everyone kind of signed up for. Is let's give us the nostalgia.
And Finn Wolfhard is awkward grown up. I don't like him as an adult. I like him as a kid on, first season of Stranger Things.
Right.
Yeah, he should have played the Crow. That was a bad deal.
My
I think he's going to play Big Bird in a Sesame Street adaptation.
And there's going to be 0 hours of makeup.
But, so... where was I? Yeah, break. So I'm gonna go see it this weekend. And
Rick Moranis is not in it,
dude. I haven't heard anything. But how great would it be? Well, how great would it be if they just surprised us?
It would be nice, but the guy he quit us a long time ago.
He's out.
But don't you think money speaks?
He would think, but he's been offered all those old movies, like another swing at Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
He's just said sayonara.
Got bad news though. The tomato meter for Ghostbusters: Frozen Kingdom is at 44%.
Ooh, I'm not surprised. They need to
That's
cut it out with
frustrating.
these sequels. Like nobody wants it.
Or let somebody.
I want it. I just want it to be good.
Just take a good movie, like a movie that's written well, and then adapt it to Ghostbusters. Stop trying to just make another Ghostbusters. It's not gonna work.
I would love it. You just got to make it good. I
it's
feel
gotta
like
be
Seth
good.
Rogen should do it. I feel like Seth Rogen, Danny McBride, Kevin Hart in there. Jonah Hill could be a
Yeah.
Ghostbuster.
Oh boy.
That's my team. Like pretty much the movie. This is the end.
Take Superbad and then put
No,
him with
not
like,
Superbad. This is the end.
Okay.
And then with like a touch of Superbad's language.
I could have seen
Okay.
this happen.
F you, Ghost.
I think there was a window for this. Maybe it's starting to close a little for the Jonah Hills of the world because he's like, I'm too this.
I mean,
or
I do
that.
like him in movies, but when he speaks, I definitely.
Yeah,
And when
he
he's
just
like in
thinks he's so
interviews, I'm
big.
like,
I
oh,
feel
God,
like a Ghostbusters movie
Insufferable.
might be beneath him now. You
Yeah,
know,
probably.
he's a
Thanks.
serious artist.
That's
I
my
think you
wish
should
list.
Scream about your wiener in another movie.
Anyway, if you want to see the trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom, it's online at 1059thebrew.com. It's now time to play Tanner, Drew, and Laura's Battle Horn.
All right.
Yeah. All right, we're going to have two listeners who are in their cars right now slam on their horns to see who's got the loudest car horn this morning. And the winner's going to get tickets to Breaking Benjamin, Stained, and Daughtry for that show that's going down October 9th at the Moda Center.
Nice.
Nice. Let's meet our contestants. Calling from Canby, his name is, it's Os?
Correct.
That's a cool name. What's, is it short for something or does it mean something? Or did
It's short
somebody
for
say
Os.
like, Os, that's an ugly kid.
Okay, we'll take it.
Not very
Yeah,
nice.
Short for Osiris.
Osiris.
Oh, I like that. That's
All
a
right.
good name.
That's a lot.
I like it, Osiris.
Yeah.
Have you ever met an Osiris?
The only one I know is from Con Air, Osiris the Virus.
Yeah, no, the only one I know, I've never met somebody in person, but I know it's a skate shoe and it's been in a couple movies like
Yeah.
The Matrix. It was one of the.
That's
the
right.
It's
chips.
original.
I used to wear
like it.
I used to wear Osiris's
Yeah.
back in the day.
Boom.
All right, let's meet your opponent. She is calling from. I don't know if I wrote it down. Where are you calling from, Michelle?
Gresham.
Gresham, the Big G.
That's
Yep.
right. I've seen Laura around Gresham.
I was
doing
in Gresham
cookies
yesterday.
Yeah. We are going to find out who's got the louder car horn this morning. First, let's find out. So what are you driving today?
2009 Ford Freestar.
A what?
Ford Freestar?
Yeah, it's a loser cruiser minivan.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
I'm about to Google this right now.
It could be a loud horn because those
Yeah.
minivans have to keep families safe.
Well, and
so.
also back in the day,
telling you.
2009. That's pretty. I feel like they were built different back then.
They were reckless with their horn volumes back then.
Yeah, and don't diss the Freestar. This thing's pretty sweet if you're into minivans.
Michelle in Gresham, what are you driving this morning?
Good old Kia Soul.
All right.
Nice.
And I
Okay.
feel like that needs a big horn to keep you alive. You don't want to get barreled over.
Weep, weep, when you see a toaster coming down the road.
Yeah, yeah,
It's gotta
yeah.
have a.
Weep, weep.
It's gotta have a big horn.
All right, let's let the ladies go first this morning. Michelle and Gresham, go ahead, slam on that horn. I got the VU meter going. Let's see how loud your car horn is.
This is gonna be fun because I'm stuck in traffic.
Oh boy.
That's about 4 on the VU
It
meter.
does. It did give a very.
Yeah, that thing lacked soul.
And the person in front of you is looking in the rearview mirror like, what?
It's like, yeah, she just pounded on it 3 times. The fighting honk.
Yeah, that's a fighting call for sure. All right, let's go to Os in Canby. So let's see how loud your horn is.
Here we go.
That came from a minivan?
That sounded like a that sounded like a semi truck.
It sounds like you are hauling wood. Like, are you serious?
Children or wood? What are you hauling?
In 09, the Freestar didn't get around.
They sound very similar to me.
No, see, hers was higher pitched.
Hers
His
is
very.
And his is
All right, we've done this all week. Let's hear it again. Michelle, hit your horn one more time.
All right.
That's a let me
Oh my
talk to your
gosh, she
manager.
just never.
I like the way she hits it, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Ose one more time, my friend.
Let's rock it. Here we go.
I feel like
What the hell
we
happened?
need to like roll down the windows or
'cause
something. I don't know.
Your
His
phone
his
tweaked
phone
out.
cut that out.
Do it again.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
I don't
well,
know.
that's
I
weird
mean-
because he was weaker on the second try.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't
I think
know.
it might
It's a
be
tough one.
a soul party.
What do you guys think?
I feel like if she honks again, she's gonna get punched in the ear.
Yeah, there's going to be a serious road rage incident going down.
I gotta say, the second one. I mean, I understand it was his phone, but it wasn't very loud.
It didn't get there.
Hers was consistently at 4 each time. So I gotta say, I think Michelle's the winner.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yay! Yay!
Oh, congratulations. Bummer.
I know.
You wonder when people get incidental contact from this game, somebody has to have sharded or crashed while we're playing this.
Sure, yeah. All right, hang on the phone, Michelle. We'll get your information. Ose, you have another chance tomorrow and the rest of the week, and online at 1059thebrew.com.
Well, somebody could win a huge Mega Millions jackpot this week. Nobody took the grand prize in last night's drawing, so the jackpot now stands at $977 million. The one-time lump sum would be about $461 million in cash before taxes. The next drawing is Friday. If you don't want to wait that long, Powerball not looking too shabby either. $687 million up for grabs tonight.
Yeah.
The U.S. is no
By the
longer...
way, once I win that money, I'm putting a Sbarro's in my house.
That would be amazing.
That would be...
It's pizza by the slice, anytime, 24
Fully
hours
staffed.
a day.
at all times, 24/7.
Be
Sbarro
ready.
pizza.
And I want your hands dusted like you've been making pie all day.
and impending diarrhea, always.
Oh.
How dare you?
The U.S. no longer in the
She's
top
not wrong,
28.
but-
Yeah, right.
Just the obvious doesn't need to be stated. Sorry, Laura's
good?
got stuff to do.
We good?
Oh,
brought up
geez, so
diarrhea.
sorry
Still
we
doing the news?
interrupted your
Still
news
doing the
during
news?
a talk radio
And
show.
you
All right,
brought
cool.
up diarrhea. We
Yeah.
can't just stand by it.
Farts are funny. Okay. The U.S. is no longer in the top 20 happiest countries in the world. That's the first time that's happened since the rankings were started by Gallup back in 2012. We are now 23rd on the list. That's among 140 countries. Happiness has fallen among all age groups, but specifically those under the age of 30, thanks in part to unaffordable housing and a growing sense of loneliness. We still rank in the top 10 with those over the age of 60, but Nordic countries top the list. Finland in at number 1, followed by Denmark and Iceland. And finally, Oregon is seeing one of the highest weekly jumps in gas prices, also contributing to the unhappiness in this country. Gas is too expensive.
Yeah.
The Oregon average increased 15 cents to $4.10 a gallon. Prices are increasing because of refinery maintenance and the switch to more expensive summer blends of fuel that produce less pollution.
Oh, my God.
So-
Every time it gets to travel season. Oh, well, there's the 5 reasons why you're going to pay
Yeah.
$8.
I know. There's always an excuse. It's like, oh, it's the holidays. Oh, it's the summer.
It was
Oh,
almost
it's a Tuesday. Oh.
3 weeks ago, it was almost $1 cheaper.
Yeah, how about we don't believe you, you're lying, and you're
Yeah.
robbing us?
Exactly. You're controlling the barrels.
That sounds more like it. More on those stories, 1059thebrew.com.
Thank you much. Coming up next, we got an email from a listener who apparently got herself a parasite.
Oh, my, like a
lucky.
bad boyfriend or?
No, like an actual,
Oh,
an
like
actual
a
parasite.
health problem.
Yeah, it's not what people call their ex. This is
I-
an actual thing.
When I was reading this, I was like, I've never had one. I've never had a parasite. Have you ever had a parasite in your life? And if you have, what was it?
We'd like
We
to
wanna hear
We want to
about
hear all about it.
Yeah, how does it happen? Inform us, because I'm not really sure how,
And yeah, I don't think I'm
How
as
can I avoid it?
educated on the parasite. I did know someone with one once, but
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly where they come from.
Have you ever had a parasite? 866-445-1059 is the number. We will take your calls after the Offspring on the Brew. Yeah. So we got an email from a listener who got a parasite, and we want to know this morning, have you ever gotten a parasite? I don't think I've ever had a parasite. I'm not even sure how you get a parasite.
Now, when you hear that, are you like me? Are you instantly like super grossed out? Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, how did he get a hold of something like that?
Yeah, I am.
But I
am.
don't know. I'm not the most educated on the subject.
I don't know anything about it. I have to be honest. I know that if you find one in your body, it's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, I think
not
About,
ideal.
about my extent of.
And all
Parasites.
not all parasites are created equal, right? Like I believe tapeworms you can get from undercooked meat, things like that. But it varies from parasite to parasite.
All right. Drew, what's the email say?
This is gross, people.
All right.
This is from Claire. She says, I've been dealing with some health issues that are pretty gross. I started suffering from an itch on my butt when I was trying to sleep.
Oh. That happens to me every night. Do I have a parasite?
I think
I don't know.
I'm trying to be a little careful. Not your cheek. Your home base.
If you're talking about
So the innards.
the anal cavity.
Yeah, we're talking about Main Street.
Yeah, well, I mean, just in a scientific way.
The old
medical way.
bullseye.
The old bullseye.
The old
Yeah,
bull-
that's as medical as
The
it
old
gets.
balloon knot.
This was keeping me up all hours of the night. It turns out I have pinworms. It turns out that they also live in your butt,
Oh.
and they're very sneaky, and I have no idea this existed. When you fall asleep, they will crawl out of your booty
What?
and lay eggs before retreating back to the warm safety of the cavity. These eggs can also, guys,
What?
they can fall off throughout the day. It's almost like you're Johnny Appleseed out there.
Why would you
Oh
tell
my-
anybody this?
You're just sprinkling pinworm eggs all over the place.
And it seems like it's a big deal because she says that she's got to stay away from her family until the medication that she's been prescribed clears it up.
Oh, jeez.
It's like deworming a dog.
Yeah, this is a nightmare.
Guys, wash your booties.
Yeah.
Is that
Like, what do we
gives,
do?
is that what gives you
well, yeah. How do you get
pinworms?
that?
I think maybe that would help. I don't know how
You
you
got
get
swass
pinworms, but I
ass?
feel like to get rid of them, just
My
make sure
God.
you're cleaning yourself thoroughly.
You know, I got festival butt and I never came back from it.
Seems like you would need to ingest something to nuke them, though. Like, I don't think you could just clean them away.
well, you
Well, that's
said
what
the
oral
medication.
So
yeah.
I'm guessing it's
Yeah,
either
right.
an antibiotic or something anti-worm, a dewormer.
Casey, Beefwater Bay, have you ever had a parasite before?
I have not had a parasite. My dad got a parasite, not of this fashion, but he was sick for a long time.
Did it? Because I would imagine it would take a long time to figure out what was happening. Like when you hear of certain parasites, it's like you lose weight, you get really sick
exactly
and
what
weak,
happened.
Like,
and
you'll
so
have it for a
but the-
while before you realize
Yeah,
it.
and then you're like, what is going on
Yeah.
with me? And it could be weeks before you
had-
figure
he
it
had the
out.
flu
Longer.
for like a year and a half. Like,
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Jesus.
dude, he dropped a ton of weight. He was up working on the Exxon Valdez when it crashed. He was
Yeah.
running a boat up there.
That was his fault.
Yeah, him and my uncle both. They were both up there, split the difference. But he claims it was he thought he drank it in the water.
That could be.
And a lot of that's what happens when something's like a mystery like that. You attribute it to something else. You're like, oh, well, I must have done that because you don't start to think I've got worms.
Well, because stuff like weight loss, I mean, that could be anything.
It just killed his appetite. He didn't
Yeah.
hardly eat anything. Like it was, but it went on for a long time.
Yeah, like maybe I should get a parasite. I need to lose some pounds.
It's
I can get you one. I
It's
can get
funny
you
you
one.
say that because I knew a girl with a tapeworm, and I don't know what is folklore and what's real about it because, you wouldn't often confront her about her worm, but she did have a tapeworm and hadn't gotten it dealt
Tell me
with.
about your worm.
She ate 9 Big Macs.
But it was keeping her at her game weight during what should be a college 15.
She's like, I actually named it. Its name's Ricky. And it takes care
actually-
of all that extra weight for me.
Jenny Craig, she named it. 'cause
Oh, I
it'll
like it, yeah.
Slim you right
Oh,
up.
wow.
Who needs Ozempic when you could just get a tapeworm?
Have you ever had a parasite before? What kind of parasite? How'd you get it? What was the, what'd you need to do to get rid of it?
Yeah.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. You can also shoot us a text on our Lazy Boy text line at 98197. We did get a talk back through the iHeartRadio app. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Yo.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I got
good
one of those
advice.
off the internet. Yeah.
I've never heard of a human being getting Giardia. I like my dog had it a couple of times, but
Because
I
they'll
didn't
drink
know.
stagnant water, but you know, as soon as rain runs the gunk off the top of that cliff, you're getting.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Have you? Excuse me, I'm dying over here. Have you ever had a parasite? I think I've got one now, actually.
Yeah, oh, it's the worm. It's just eating your dinner from last night.
866-445-1059 is the number.
Well, the madness was already in full effect last night as Wagner and Howard went head-to-head for a spot in the round of 64. All they got to do is win today, and they'll play a 1 seed and likely get throttled in a couple of days. But before that happened, Wagner, shorthanded, only had a few guys who could even play in this game, and were up against the ropes. They were up 3, but Howard was just firing away shots, trying to survive.
10 seconds. Towns. Now to Hairston. Elevates. Short. Offensive rebound. Dockery back to Hairston. No. Back out. Dockery. And the Wagner Seahawks out of Staten Island, New York, trying to write their own history. They post their first ever win in the NCAA tournament.
Which is, you know what the bright side of that is? When you miss that shot and you go to the locker room, so did half the team. A lot of you guys are feeling it, so, you can pass the blame around and maybe there will be extra three-point drills next season. Colorado State also shocks Virginia and moves on. Huge for the Rams as they'll also hit the round of 64. And 2 more games tonight before, remember, try and get that bracket done before you go to bed. You don't want to be scrambling in the morning. You'll fill it out faster than court. Grambling and Montana State. Colorado and Boise State should be a fun one, both on True TV tonight. There's your sports.
Thank you very much. All right, coming up next. Have you ever had a parasite? Got an email from a listener who had a pretty gnarly one.
Yeah.
If you missed it, check out the podcast at 1059thebrew.com later today. But if you've had one before, we'd love to know what kind you had. How'd you get rid of it? How'd you even get it in the first place?
Yeah.
866-445-1059. You can also shoot us a text message at 98197. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew. Have you ever had a parasite before?
Oh.
How did you get it? What kind of parasite was it, and how'd you get rid of it? 866-445-1059. You can also shoot us a text on our Lazy Boy text line at 98197. We asked because we actually got an email from a listener who developed a parasite, and a pretty gnarly one. Just real quickly, what did she have again? And it had something to do with her butt.
Pinworms. They camp out in your booty, and then when you sleep, you get an itchy butt, and they lay eggs outside your body and retreat to the warmth.
That's
So
gross.
then what's super, I mean, obviously that in and of itself is just disgusting. But then, I mean, if you think about it, like your butt itches, you scratch it, then you have those germs under your fingernails,
eggs.
and then you can pass them to other people?
Oh,
I mean, and you
my.
got to think that just like a plant, this is how they survive.
Yeah.
Because they lay those eggs and hope that you move it on to Brenda in accounting.
And it does sound like, we're reading some posts here this morning, and it does sound like a lot of these things happen just because of people not being very clean.
Yeah, there's cleanliness, and then the other big one that we're finding is people who drink stagnant water or unknown sourced water.
Let's see here on the line. I think we got Siri and Steve on the phone.
Okay.
Siri and Steve, let me get his theme song. Can't have Siri and Steve on without his theme.
Okay.
Did you ever have a parasite, bro?
Yeah, bro. Went back to the old country and drank from like a natural spring.
Is this a natural spring in Syria?
Yeah, like in the old, and then I was sick for like 3 weeks.
Whoa, you
Jeez.
got the Syrian squeeze.
The Syrian squirts.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's more like it.
The Syrian squirt from both sides, baby. Hell
Oh,
Yikes. Oh,
that's the
man.
rooster.
He's got the
rooster
rooster.
Yeah,
job.
you
That
were
sucks.
Going
I
hard.
knew somebody had problem with like headaches and like vision and stuff like that. They're going blurry and all that kind of stuff, and they couldn't figure anything out till they actually did like a very detailed CAT scan per se, and they found like some kind of a worm in their brain.
Oh, my God.
A brain worm.
That's a night,
That
like,
is a
it
nightmare.
seems very
It's
dangerous.
making you bark like a dog and think you can
Yeah.
fly. That's a lot.
Dude, I heard it was like really bad, like massive headaches. They thought it was like, just regular headaches, and his vision will go like blurry once in a while and stuff like that. They thought it from his eyes, so they went and got his eyes checked, and it was all kind of tests before they did like a thorough, test, and then they found something in his brain, like a worm, tapeworm or something or another. I can't remember exactly what it was.
It's called Big
It was
Worm.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, it sounds pretty crazy. Thanks, Siri and Steve. Got some text messages on our Lazy Boy text line. This text message is coming from 3187. They say, got ringworm from kittens. Had to use an antifungal cream for 6 weeks to get rid of it.
Well, so
Well,
we
and-
learned that the ringworm at least is not a worm.
Right. It creates a rash on
But
your body.
it is still a parasite of sorts, from what I understand. But it's not
a
like a
worm.
gut eating worm.
Correct.
9414 says, I've had a tick sucking my blood till I burned it off. It was no big deal.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go out in the woods.
That's how they got one off when I was a kid, is burned it off.
Yeah, I used to have to, I never
like a
had
tick
one.
would always have to get cooked out.
Yeah, I never had one on my person, but
either.
I used to have to check my dog all the
Yeah.
time.
Let's go to, is this Kathleen?
Jen.
Oh, hi.
Jen.
Who's your phone says? Why does that happen? It'll be the ID
Family
says
plans.
Kathleen, and
Yeah,
then
it's
family plan.
whoever's name the plan is
Got
under
it, got
usually.
It's my mom.
oh, okay. Jen,
I've had a word, or well, I guess I've had a bug. I used to work at a vet clinic, and basically, I developed a lot of stomach issues. I thought it was kind of like I had Crohn's or something.
right?
But actually, what happened is we had a big jump in giardia in the area, and I contracted it from one of the vets, the dog that came through the vet.
Oh.
And I was sick for over a year because my doctor had done so many tests. They're like, oh no, it's your diet. Oh no, it's all these other things. And then they're like, why has no one done a parasite test on you after a year? So we did the parasite test, and they're like, oh, you
Oh
have
my
giardia, here's
God!
antibiotics.
that
I'd be
explains it.
so mad at doctors. Like, you
Yeah.
didn't check me for this 6 months ago.
Right.
You know how it gets. They get so obscure in their diagnosis when they can't figure it out.
Yeah, I've been pooping water for a year.
You're like, could you help me out over here?
Test me for parasites.
And then I also love that they're like, it's probably just your diet. So stop eating carbs, see if that works.
Did it clear up immediately after the antibiotics?
It did, like immediately afterwards. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I don't have stomach issues anymore. Like,
I
oh
bet
my
you were
God,
so
I had
relieved.
Oh,
an
yeah.
autoimmune. Yeah, they thought I had an autoimmune. They thought, like, all these other things. They're like, oh, you're a little overweight. Like, lose some weight. And I was like, oh, my God, what the fuck?
Oh, you
I'm
can't.
sorry,
Yeah,
that
you
word.
can't.
Can't say
She's
that.
very comfortable.
We
She goes-
understand why you were mad.
She
They
goes,
told you to lose some weight.
She said, "What the f?" But we understand that. We appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Glad you're doing better after that.
You know,
Over a year she was sick.
and you got to be careful. Like, we got a message from a guy who said he took a parasite class. Like, I don't know exactly what you call that, but a class on parasites.
Yeah.
And it freaked him out to the point where he doesn't even want to travel abroad.
Oh, bummer.
Because a lot of these things, and to back it up, we got a message from someone who went to India, drank some water apparently. They said they got a tapeworm, lost a ton of weight, had weird cravings for Chipotle.
What? I have that all the time, but I don't have a parasite. I don't think. I just love Chipotle.
They said there was gross things in their poop, and their lower belly ached all the
Oh,
time.
jeez.
Oh, no.
As it's just rummaging around, eating up
awful.
the goods.
When in doubt, just drink bottled water.
Yeah, exactly. Got a couple of talkback messages through the iHeart Radio app. You can send us one anytime. Just download the iHeart Radio app. It's free for your cell phone. Once you have the Brew streaming, press the microphone button.
Hey, Big John here. I guess I have to make some phone calls because I've been dragging my ass across the carpet for weeks now. I don't know what's wrong. I thought it was chilly day.
Oh, my God.
gross.
Big John with an itchy backside. Watch out.
I want to get that checked
Good
out.
morning, Brew Crew. Bing bong.
Bing, bing.
Hey, I got a parasite from eating sushi.
Oh.
Got it about 2 years ago. Took about 6 weeks to get rid of. They had to give me medication. It actually got into my brain.
Oh.
Little worms. And then the medication eventually took care of it.
Jeez.
Needless to say, I don't eat sushi anymore. Anyway,
Okay.
bing bong. Have a great day.
Thanks,
yeah.
man.
Eating undercooked meat.
Yeah.
Always, especially when you get the sushi from the gas station, bro. You gotta cut that out.
It's like Quickie Mart sushi.
And I wonder if it's like when you're talking about undercooked meat, if we're talking about like ground beef or steak.
Well, and I think, I mean,
Because
salmonella.
ground
you
beef
could
is
probably
always
get
the
it.
most dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
you
know.
touch it all over.
We got some text messages coming in on our Lazy Boy text line. This one's from 1773. They said, my ex had a parasite. It took 9 months to get rid of. That's pretty gross.
Seems
That's
like
terrible.
it par for the course is like 6 months to a year to get your life back.
Well, and then it's frustrating because, like the woman on the phone was saying, it took a long time to even diagnose. So
Right.
then, if you add that time to it, it's even longer than that.
Let's see. 2612 says, I had a parasite in my early 20s, and then I filed for divorce.
Oh,
Uh,
got her!
Portland's rock station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Tomorrow, we've got a comedian coming in here.
Oh, nice.
Usually we have them on
Nice.
Fridays. Nice. I have that on a hotkey somewhere.
Noise.
Noise.
Well, why have it on a hotkey when we could just
I know.
noise?
You can noise yourself. Get all your noising
Get
going.
noised.
Her name is Cristela Alonso.
Krista Alonso.
And from what I understand, she's pretty funny. So tomorrow she'll be on at 7:30 in the morning. And then she'll be at Helium all this weekend.
Cool.
Also, I think it was Beefwater came in here and told us that the ladies' man is coming to Helium.
Yeah, Tim Meadows.
Tim
is gonna be
Meadows.
in town at some
Ooh.
point.
And he's probably got stories for days being on Saturday Night Live, all those Adam Sandler movies. So we're going to try to get him in here too. But a lot of the times, if they sell out their shows, they don't need to come in.
Right.
But the reason I have hope there is he's an old pro, and it's kind of like Lovitz. You know, Lovitz came in here. They're
I
old
love
school
Lovitz.
guys, so sometimes you get a little extra love.
Sometimes they just need the attention.
Yeah, and we're
fair.
here to give it to them.
That's right. We sure are. So make sure you're listening for Cristela Alonso tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want tickets, portland.heliumcomedy.com is the website. We are commercial free thanks to Lazy Boy on the Brew. We're commercial free thanks to our friends over at Lazy Boy on 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Real quick, I've received a handful of messages from people, and I love this. This is a good problem to have. But a handful of messages from people wanting to know when's the next Trash Bandits.
Oh, yeah.
Which is dope because thank you for caring about the city and wanting to clean it up.
Absolutely.
But our third annual,
It's our
right?
third annual, yep.
Our third annual Trash Bandits will be announced on April 1st.
It's coming up.
And then it'll be executed sometime in that month. But, right now, details, we're going to keep them
They're
close to our
under
chest.
wraps, okay?
Yes, but April 1st, we'll make the big announcement. And we're just looking for a team of people, like the last two times, to show up at a park. It's usually on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just for 2 hours. And we just take one of those little grippers and a trash bag, and then we'd start picking up garbage.
It's really pretty fun.
And
Grippers
strength in
are-
numbers. The more people we can get down there, the more of a difference we can make.
Totally. I went down Sandy Boulevard yesterday, and there's just parts of it that are cleaned up because the businesses want it to look nice. But then there are other parts where it's like, damn,
Trashed.
this looks like the bandit should come through, just right
Exactly.
on through.
Oh, it looks like we got some dirty streets in these parts.
That's exactly what we're going to be doing.
That's right. All
We're
right.
ready.
April 1st, make sure you're listening for the big Trash Bandits announcement. And we're very, very excited.
Yeah.
We are commercial free thanks to our friends at Lazy Boy, and we're going to check your talkback messages in a little bit. So if you want to say something to the show, download the iHeartRadio app for free today. We're commercial free thanks to Lazy Boy on 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. We got another edition of the Dumbass of the Day coming up here in less than 15 minutes. GNR now. Ya la 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 la. So we got Easter coming up on the 31st. 31st is Easter Sunday.
Yeah, a little over a week.
I'm not a big candy fan, but for some reason I'll always get myself like a chocolate bunny or something.
Do you like
treat yourself to a bunny?
You do the hollow or the solid?
I'll do the hollow.
Chocolate. Hollow is far superior. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I do
you
the
said
hollow
that,
because
I was
it's
going to troll you.
It's too much chocolate the other way around. I'm gonna eat that thing for half a year.
Yeah.
But like I like it, but I can't eat too much of it. I can eat like an ear.
Yeah, and I feel like
then I'm gonna vomit.
I feel like the thick one, they're using a lower end chocolate because you got to put so much more into it.
Sure.
I'd rather have less, but better level chocolate.
But if you're curious of the most popular Easter candies, like the best ones, the Cadbury egg comes in at number 1.
What?
I think it's because
Yeah.
does it have something to do with the fact that Easter doesn't have like a beast? It doesn't have its candy cane
That's not
outside
true.
of the Cadbury
That's
egg.
not
Or
true.
the Peep.
Marshmallow Peeps.
Those are trash.
I know, but but it's one of those things where it's like, when do you ever eat them? Never, except for Easter because you have to. You know what I mean? It's
I
like,
think I've thrown away every one I ever got.
You've never eaten a marshmallow Peep?
I've had one. I've had a bite, but all it takes is
That's
a bite.
all it takes.
Yeah, that's all I needed, and I was like, no, these aren't for me. These are for the garbage can.
And it's just like candy corn. Say it every season. If it's not rolling off the shelves in August,
But
it's
the
not a good
Cadbury
candy.
eggs, I'm all about the caramel ones, the ones that has caramel inside. I remember as a kid, I'd see a big like a little barrel of those at the check stand.
Yeah.
And you're checking out of the grocery store, and I would beg my grandmother Momo to get me one.
I never liked Cadbury eggs. I don't like cream filling.
You're not a
sugar
real American.
yolk?
Yeah, it does. It's
Actual
like
yolk
you just like
looking,
bite
which
into
is
it, and then
weird,
it's all
right?
like gooey
I don't like
and
that one.
weird.
You're like,
Oh,
oh, it's just like an embryo.
nasty.
Perfect.
The second most popular Easter candy is Reese's Peanut Butter Eggs.
I already had that. Like, I went to Freddy's probably 2 weeks ago, and Easter candy was already on sale. And I was like,
Jeez.
well, I'm just gonna.
So that's just a Reese's peanut butter cup in the shape of an egg?
I think so, yeah.
That's
yeah.
delicious still.
Yeah.
Jelly beans at 3, Robin's eggs from Whoppers number 4.
Come on.
But can we-
Nobody eats those.
Before you dive too far over the jelly beans, it's because they're not Jelly Bellies. Like at that, when you get an Easter basket, it's the big ones. You know, those big thick boy jelly beans, they're the little brother.
See, no, I do the Starburst jelly beans. Have you ever had those?
I don't think I have, but that sounds
Those
good. I
are
love Starburst.
money. Like, that's where you gotta.
I'll eat
that's
a
where you
whole
gotta get your jelly beans.
I'll eat a whole king size sleeve
Yeah.
of Starburst in one sitting by myself.
I've definitely had the jelly beans, and I've killed a bag.
Yeah.
Long
Jelly
time.
Bellies are. I mean, there's no comparison. That's really where it's at.
Well, there you
JB's.
go. I would suggest you go and get those before they sell out. You know, I don't know how Cadbury eggs, do they sell out? I don't
doubt
know.
it.
No, they throw a truckload of those into a lake.
I think
one
they'll have
time.
so many eggs that'll be around until January
exactly.
of next year.
But they just hatch diabetes.
Yeah. Dude, I got one years ago because I see that wrapper and I get like this feeling that I had when I was a kid. It's
So
like, oh,
shiny.
But
and-
it's caramel only, no
yeah,
yolk.
caramel only. And so I got that one and I couldn't finish it. I took one bite and I was like, it's good.
It's pretty.
But it's a
they're
lot.
pretty rich.
You can
Yeah.
if you push
I munched
your
on it for like a
tongue-
month.
I guarantee if you take your tongue and rub it against the top of your mouth, it'd be gritty like sand from all the sugar.
Yeah.
Because I know the egg one is because you bite down into the goo and it's like crunch.
I don't know. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it.
God, I'm gonna go get one today.
You should.
Sounds
Man,
good.
I do miss getting blasted on sugar though. Raw.
You're a dumbass. A straight up dumbass. Bonafide first class. You're a dumbass. Mm-hmm.
All your dumbass life.
This couple got busted for having, I believe, sexual relations in front of a Popeyes.
Oh, well, I
Popeye's
mean,
chicken or like did you
Popeye's
just crush
chicken.
spinach and do it? All right.
Oh, you know, there's nothing gets me hotter than the spicy chicken sandwich. I'm just
No
ready to go
kidding.
after
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
true. It's a
Well,
big
dude-
it's a big breast.
I might opt to do it before, because afterwards my tum-tum's going to be full. I'm going to be a little bloated. I don't know. So
I need time to sit and rest after I'm full. Like I can't be getting nasty right after it.
right,
so.
it's like
true.
hopping in the pool after you eat. You got to wait 30 minutes.
I feel like dates in general, it gets screwed over so many times because you're full when you'd like to do it, but I'm full.
I really wanted to go hard before I ate this chicken sandwich, but now I want to take a nap.
A couple is busted for having sexual relations in front of a Popeyes restaurant, and they, I guess they were
right in front.
Right in the front, on the sidewalk.
No,
actually, on the side. I thought it was in a car.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, they were on the sidewalk in front of the Popeyes chicken restaurant. Of course, this happened in Florida.
Oh, naturally.
Responding to a report, a deputy found the pair engaged in lewd behavior across from the restaurant.
Were they having a sandwich or was it a bucket of chicken? Do we know? And was it bone in?
I think it was bone in.
It's definitely bone in,
Yeah.
and it's always good to get greased up before.
The deputy saw Arnold Mackey, who's 70 years old, making thrusting motions on top of April White, who is 44.
Man, when you see the thrust from a distance, you're going maybe too aggressive.
He's 70, she's 44. I mean, wow.
What a close. I mean, talk about a closer.
Yeah. White resisted arrest, called the deputy some names, and
I'm not done yet.
he was found with empty alcohol bottles. The two were arrested for exposure of their organs and disorderly intoxication, and they are both still behind bars.
You're so trashed. If you're just like pants down in front of the Popeyes, you've talked somebody 30 years younger than you into doing it. That's why he's mad. I mean, he had got a small window of opportunity.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, he doesn't have the time.
About to have a lay and a chicken sandwich. It was about to be the greatest day of my life.
Top 5 days all time, and he's 70.
Screwed it up.
Ruined it.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe she's lucky that he got taken away because there was thrust.
I mean, listen, I'm all about the thrill of the act. You know what I mean?
I don't know. You got to draw the line somewhere.
I'm
I
not
feel like
sure.
The sidewalk
Yeah.
in front of the Popeyes.
That's a little
Is
risky.
that your line right there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a little too close.
Yeah, I mean, give me 5 more paces away from the building, and I'm not calling the police on you.
I'm thinking like
Well, I mean, anytime there's a little
if
risk
he had
or
if he had a van,
if he had a van,
like a
it's
windowless
fine.
van.
I'm sure.
If he had a creepy van.
Not even windowless. I mean, I've had sex in so many parking lots. Like, it just you just go for it.
Have you ever had sex in front of a Popeyes? Like, where's the weirdest place you had sex in front of?
Not in front of a Popeyes.
Like a laundromat?
I used to have sex in the Target parking lot a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you park a little
It's called Target
further
practice.
away.
Right. Yeah, you park in the deep parking lot. Right.
When you see the bullseye, you know it's time to get it on.
You occasionally just see a cart attendant walk by. Like,
Yeah,
oh.
like
You're
seriously.
like, hey, bro,
Wow.
sorry, my day's better than yours.
She comes here a ton.
This video went viral on TikTok, and I guess it's reigniting a debate over adults ordering kids' meals.
Oh.
Because this video, which I think has got almost 1 million views, has a TikTok user, Vanessa Von Schwartz, and she says that she was questioned by the hotel worker after ordering her a kids' meal off the room service menu.
At the hotel.
And this is what she says.
And I just ordered room service, and the girl who brought it to my room opens the door and she's like, "Where's the kid?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You ordered off the kids menu." I was like, "And?" So is it really that bad if I order some chicken nuggets and like a pizza, like a kid's pizza and French fries? Let me enjoy my kids' meal in peace.
Sounds like she's eating as she's recording the video.
I don't know why she grossed me out. So, can I get some chicken nuggets?
Well, I don't understand.
Fries.
I have to say that
She eats like a child, so I mean, why not?
I kind of on her side though, because I've seen restaurants get like upset about it, and I don't understand why. Because I don't want to eat the giant plate of food that you bring me. Restaurants serve you way too much food as it is.
Yeah, and it's
sometimes
like,
I don't want to waste all of it.
Yeah, if I want to eat the Kraft mac and cheese, let me have the Kraft mac. I'm still paying for a meal.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm an adult. I can eat whatever I want.
This is age discrimination.
I'm surprised that there aren't more places that offer the light fare. You know, like, okay, here's our menu, but yeah, if you want like a kid's menu size, here's the adult's light plate. You know, like you never see that.
I know there are some places
like a lunch
that do
plate
like
or a
a
dinner
lunch
plate.
order, or like you can do a half order at some places, which I wish more people did that.
Like if the light portion is 2 chicken strips and a little less fries versus 4 strips and a whole tub of fries.
It's too much.
Yeah, maybe I'm not hungry for that.
I'll go to Olive Garden and I'll come home with 3 meals still.
Right.
Off of one like
and
chicken Alfredo order.
Someone like you, Tanner, who doesn't really eat leftovers, it's like, well, now this is all going away.
All
It's
going away.
wasted.
I'll eat leftover
Pasta.
Pasta. Yeah, that's always good. Reheated.
Yeah, it's an easy reheat.
But anyway, I don't see the problem. I wish
I don't either. I know, even though it's
restaurants would chill out. I understand they want you to spend the full price.
Right, but that's the only reason why.
Well, you don't want that much food, dude.
Yeah.
And like actively chewing your food while you tell us about it, though.
Like, but please stop.
Are you allowed to, like, is an adult allowed to? I guess they can, because if you're buying it for your kid, how do they know?
What?
Yeah, I mean,
a Happy Meal.
Oh,
sure.
absolutely. There's no question.
I saw a video the other day of a woman going off on somebody for buying a Happy Meal and eating it in front of the store. They were going off on them for it.
Why?
Because it's for kids.
It's high.
Okay,
I mean,
who cares?
But whoever goes off on them doesn't understand the pricing scale at McDonald's. I'd walk their ass right back into the menu and say, I just spent $6 on that thing. It's got a cheeseburger and a small fry. It's less food, Rhonda, than if I ordered it off the normal menu.
Yeah.
So you did not save $1. I actually made you more money by eating a Happy Meal.
Right.
Yeah, so just relax.
The little plastic
And at a
toy.
drive-through, you get pulled through a window telling someone that they can't bring a Happy Meal home to their kid. It's like, I'm on the way home from work.
There's no way.
They're not in here. I do not care what you have to say about it.
I'm wondering how many places will actually say to you, I'm sorry, you're too old, you can't order off the kids' menu. Because I know, like, on the menu sometimes it's like 12 and under or whatever, but like
Applebee's
is somebody
wouldn't say
actually
it to you.
Right.
Chili's wouldn't say it to you. Corporate policy will be just like stealing. They'll let you walk right in there and walk all over them.
So I just found the video of the lady going crazy at the McDonald's.
Is it an employee going off
No,
on her?
it's like just another like patron.
It's Mick on Mick crime.
It's Mick on Mick crime.
Who's judging a woman for eating a Happy Meal?
Yeah, I think this guy's eating a Happy Meal in front of the McDonald's, and this woman comes up to him.
I fail to see the problem.
What do you mean where have I put the kids? It's for me.
Where's your car?
What kind of question is this? Why are you asking me a million questions? So what have I done to you? What have I actually done to you?
This was in Canada.
Canada?
You find it suspicious that I've gone to McDonald's to buy a Happy Meal?
Yeah.
And I don't have a kid? How is that any of your business? What papers? Who reads the papers? It's 2024.
Okay, do you not read the papers online?
Okay.
Oh my God. How I talk my kids out of the Happy Meal is the same reason. It's more expensive. I say, do you want 5 French fries or do you want 55 French fries?
Yeah, right.
And they always take the big
Is
fries.
it more expensive because of the toy inside? Or?
Probably.
It's the gimmick of it all.
Yeah.
And
the toy is borderline worthless, but it's the gimmick that
used
you
to be
buy.
awesome. Little Transformer toys.
Does it still? I mean, yeah, the toys used to be legit,
Now
but
they're
like,
terrible.
do they still come in like the cardboard boxes? Because I know for a while
They were doing
just
bags,
coming in
right?
bags.
I saw this
that,
guy had
like
a
you
box.
could do like
Yeah, they went back.
The video, and this
Okay.
this was posted earlier this month, and this guy's got a box.
That's so
The old school
Burger. Yeah,
box.
you're gonna do a bag. That's so Burger King. If you're gonna
Truly,
do a Happy Meal, it's better to be in that.
It's not a
sweet
hat. It's a
box.
sad meal in a
Yeah,
bag.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
there's a crossword puzzle on this bag. There's a word search, you guys.
It's
like
called a
you do
not
so
that
many
Happy
crafts.
Meal.
So anyway,
What
there
do
you
they
go.
call it at Burger King? Is it just a kids meal?
I think something or like a King's.
Yeah, they
King's
should
lame
call it
meal.
like Jester's something.
A
like
jester's meal.
Yes, we got a Jester bag.
I don't know, something.
Get this kid some chicken fries.
Anyway, that video is posted, or will be in a few minutes at 1059thebrew.com if you want to check that out. Also, we played this earlier. I'll play it again because it blows my mind. This video's gone viral because this woman is upset that she received green donuts from Krispy Kreme on St. Patrick's Day.
Somebody's not festive.
She received those donuts without her consent.
All them damn donuts green. I don't know about that. Because that's not right. They should ask you, do you want green? And if you want regular, you don't. Everybody don't want no green.
I want a regular donut.
Regular.
Everybody don't celebrate. Why are these green?
It's for St. Patrick's Day. It's just dye. It doesn't taste any different, I promise.
Oh, and all of them are green?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I will say though? I mean about that green dye, you don't know what it's going to do to your insides.
Well, yeah,
so.
you're gonna definitely drop a green deuce.
I mean,
It's like you're not gonna be regular.
All those videos are online, 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. All right, Court's next. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, another pair of tickets to see Breaking Benjamin, Stained, and Daughtry. Ow! We'll play Battlehorn at 7:30 tomorrow morning for your chance to win. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye! Yo.
Hey, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. Oh. We're off. What's happening, bud?
Not much. Is that loud enough?
Sound great.
Cool.
So why do you sound great this morning and sounded like butthole last night?
Dude, I was ready to throw my computer
know.
out the window last night.
It was so funny, though. I've got a funny clip because the noise that was coming through was so loud that it was like blasting my headphones off. And I was reacting to that, and it was just the banter back and forth. It's kind of funny. Just a quick clip. But I'm going to edit that up. You and I get good clips. I just have to chop them up. We probably have 4 or 5 clips I could post now. I just need to chop them up.
Did you tell Drew and Laura about the guy we were playing with last night? Since we can't talk about it on the air, I got that story where you're like, "What are you like?"
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
Australian
yeah.
or something. I can't quite place the accent, and the guy's like, "My name is Asian Forces."
Yeah, that's fine. You can't see the names on there. I didn't know.
Yeah, you can't see the names, but it's just
That was
the
pretty
way
funny.
he didn't sound that Asian until he said that, and then it was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, he's 100%
Now I'm hearing it.
Asian.
Now I hear it. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me end this. I just realized that was on the stream, but who cares?